Okay, people, after One Piece chapter 1039, the big question I gotta ask everybody right now, drop a comment, let me know, answer this question for me. Which way are you rocking? Who is truly the MVP that is getting the job done on Big Mom? Are we with Team Kid or Team Law? Hashtag Team Kid if you rocking with Kid and everything he's doing with that punk madness, or hashtag Team Law if you love what the surgical deaf doctor has been doing on Big Mom, because holy cow, a new era is here, baby. The end of an era has just recently went down, and we are in the new era, the worst generation, baby. I don't know how Oda says that he ain't planned some of this stuff when it comes to the new gen. This was intense. I ain't gonna lie. Like, a lot of slander has been going on in the One Piece community. Some of it, you could argue, is maybe just criticism. I don't want to throw a blanket statement and say it's all slander, but definitely there's been a lot of murmurings that, yo, dog, Fight Senwano ain't been cut in the mustard, lad. And yeah, everything hasn't been, of course, a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. Everything can't be, but moments like this, I ain't gonna lie, now I feel a little bit more okay if Big Mom is really done. Like, what was it, maybe 10, 20 chapters ago, when initially it looked like Kid and Law had taken her down. I felt like I was just settling for like, alright, it was alright, but ultimately it didn't feel like Big Mom really took the ass whipping to feel genuine of like, yeah, that's an L. I was just kind of like, hey, it was a decent blow. Now, with everything that's went down and the damage we've seen that's been done to Big Mom and the strategy that's been utilized between the two, Law and Kid, now I feel a little bit more comfortable with saying, oh damn, I think they got her, and it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like BS. I think legitimately two of the worst generation have just toppled a Yonkou, and it is very impressive. But you never know with Big Mom, dog. You never know, because these monsters like Big Mom and Kaido, putting them on their behinds has been one hell of an epidemic, one hell of a predicament, to say the least. Let's talk about a little bit of that One Piece greatness, dog. Team Kid or Team Law? I'm gonna keep on asking with you, like, yo.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Yes, people, as I've said, as it said in the chapter, it's the end of an era, dog. If truly Big Mom is down for the count, it is the end of an era. Although I do gotta throw in this, right? And I'm curious how many people actually thought about this. It does make you look a little bit like, yo, remember all the way, think back towards the end of the Fishman Island arc, where Luffy and Big Mom had that word of exchange, and it always felt like, I guess because he's obviously the main character and all that jazz, it always felt like Luffy should have been also the one to take her out. And I know you're probably thinking like, damn, dog, you want Luffy to take out Big Mom, you want him to take out Kaido, you want him to fight the Marines. I get all of that, but just the way it was set up so long ago, and that was at a time, I remember I was just like, yo, dog, Fishman Island's ending is crazy, Luffy threatening Big Mom, let's go. So the fact that seemingly, if again Kid and Law has taken her out with this chapter, the fact that Luffy wasn't one of the people involved in the final, you know, knocking her out, does feel a little certain way. I guess you can argue the fact that he did throw hands with her on Whole Cake, and, you know, it was reported that he knocked her ass out, and he's, you know, the fifth Yonkou by fake news Morgan. You could throw the argument, well, he did kind of give her a little bit of a spanking, even though, again, I wouldn't argue that at all in terms of like, yo, no, go watch Whole Cake again. Like, she was dominating, and Luffy, now he's in a different tier because he's suddenly, you know, throwing hands with Kaido and evenly matched at that. But ultimately, you know, it just feels like Luffy should have also participated in the final blows to Big Mom's big ol' ass. But speaking of the events of chapter 1039, for starters, somebody is calling Momo, and I don't want to say I don't care, but ultimately that's a subplot that I'm the least interested in right now at this particular point, because it's one of those things where there's a few characters that they've been doing their job for, it feels like, forever now. Like Yamato, it started off and I was loving everything that she was involved in. Yamato's been running and trying to handle the basement for forever now. Momo, it started off him and Luffy, yo, they facing Kaido. He's getting revenge for his father, and yeah, now he's just been trying to stop the castle for 100 million chapters and somebody's calling him. So I'm like, okay, who's calling him? Is it the plot saying, hey, you're gonna finally accomplish what you set out to do? But we cut to the big enchilada battles, and Big Mom, she's messed up. After last week's chapter and the damage that was done on her, she looks a wee bit banged up, and we got that Kid and Law. They're kind of, still having that funny bickering back and forth where Law is like, yo, dog, why you keep on stealing my thunder? Every single time you want to come through like you're the finishing move, dog. Like I set it up for you to do the fucking Stone Cold Stunner. I'm just saying, I'm the MVP, dog. So that's one of the things that I'm just loving it right now. Like I know the Law fandom and the Kid fandom are going at it, going like, yo, it was my guy that's been putting in the work. No, well, I'll say that it's probably more so the Law fandom that is getting the W, because I've just been seeing again every freaking week Kid slander. I don't know about this week. I haven't really seen what the consensus is regarding that, but I will definitely say that Team Kid has been taking L's, but I'm curious to see how people feel about him after this one. Because we see that Big Mom, she's got broken bones. Her wrist, her entire hand and her wrist is hanging, dangling, because she's been destroyed. She even said that she has all her ribs, or a good chunk of ribs in her, are broken. So they're doing damage. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't even believe we're saying this right now. Like, Big Mom's got broken bones and broken ribs. They did that? Those two did... Oh, guys, maybe the worst generation. But here's the thing where it feels like Team Kid is going to feel a certain way, because when, she's talking about her broken bones and broken ribs and all that jazz, one of the things she follows up with is saying Law's technique is dangerous. So was it mostly Law's technique that was responsible for all of that? Or was she just saying that the way it's done, the fact that he kind of pins her down with that, stabbing, that kind of makes it hard for her to maneuver and whatnot, is that why she's saying that? Because a lot of people are going back and forth like, yo, it was Law, he's the reason, it's him. And then a lot of Kid fans are like, yo, have you not seen how he's been thrashing her around? Like, what are you talking about? However, she uses up triangle, down X, left L1, right R1, and yeah, sacrifices a bit of her soul to repair herself again. By the way, that was a legit code for Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22 for the PlayStation, if you ever want to look it up. It unlocks all the characters. Why do I remember this? However, Law does set up that, yo, dog, I'm almost at the end of my rope. My next attack will be my last, which I kind of feel like he said that already, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it. Oda's trying his best with all of this massive subplot that he got going on all over the place. Momo, Yamato, Luffy, all of this stuff to try and keep it intact. But I definitely feel like Law and Kid have kind of said like, yo, they were at the end of their rope, and like the next attack, they're going to be out cold. They don't got much more. So hearing Law say that again, I'm like, you said that not that long ago. Are you gonna say it again? Or is he just saying that in terms of like, yo, Big Mom, hear this real quick so you can throw off her game? And I love how Big Mom just starts talking greasy. Like, she creates this giant Masa saber using Napoleon and Prometheus. And she's like, yo, dog, as a matter of fact, we've been ruling these seas since y'all was on y'all mama's nips, dog. Since y'all was drinking out of your mama, okay? Like, who are you guys? What do y'all think y'all do? Y'all think y'all gonna do something to me? I love it. I ain't gonna lie, because Big Mom, for better or worse, she ain't been really like, how many deaths does she got under her belt in terms of big key players? So you can throw the argument there like, yo, dog, at the very least, talk some smack. You know what I'm saying? Talk some smack or something, you know what I'm saying? And the way she did that, I was like, alright. And Law and Kid do what they've been doing best. Once again, combo attacks assign, sending what looks like a giant freaking bull headed towards Big Mom. And the feats is really dope. And I gotta keep on stressing. Like, a lot of people have been saying about fights. I really like this fight. And I don't know, maybe people were saying it's a crappy fight. Whatever the case may be, like, yo, Big Mom fucking rips a tower and uses it as a shield. To me, that is so cool. I don't care what anybody says. It reminds me of, like, I remember there was a manga, Hungry Joker, where dudes was just using their fucking gravity powers to throw buildings and skyscrapers at each other. Like, she just rips a tower and he's like, yo, dog, I'm gonna shield myself from this giant bull attacking me. That is dope. That is cool. That is a big feat. I love to see shit like that. That's cool. However, she starts gearing up like, yo, dog, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna do it this time. Mother's misery. A giant freaking spirit soul coming out of Big Mom's ass. Like, yo, dog, we about to get it done. And Law's like, nah, tact. Drop this shit on this bitch. Dropping cinder blocks. And pardon me if it feels like I'm yelling. I'm just really excited right now. And right here, hands down, you ain't gonna tell me no different. I am 100% convinced. I know where the inspiration for what happens with Law's sword is from, because Law uses his sword technique again to stab through Big Mom, and dog, it stretches from Onigashima all the way down to fucking Wano, it looks like, and straight up the artistic look of it and the way it's done and whatnot, it looks like Goku when he used his power pole extend to go up to Kami's lookout. That straight up is what it looked like, with his sword stretching all the way down. And again, that was something really epic. I don't know, I'm just all in on this fight, and maybe I'm alone on this. Let me know. Am I alone? Is it like, no, Fornev, this fight isn't that big of a deal? I'm just having so much freaking fun with this shit. The sword stretches all the way down, stabbing through Big Mom. I'm like, this is epic, and this is what I would expect if you're going to have a finale, grand finale against one of the Yonkou. One of the things that Oda has said time and time again, one of the big purposes of One Piece is, fighting the Yonkou. Well, here we're fighting the Yonkou. I want to see towers being ripped out and used as shields. I want to see giant bulls attacking. I want to see a giant sword that stretches from a freaking island in the sky all the way down. I want to see that. And despite all of that, Big Mom's still trying to use mother's misery. Yo, dog, a miserable mama. And once again, even though they, keep squabbling back and forth, Kid shows up, and I'm hoping again this time around. And it almost feels like, I'll be honest with you, because Oda ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. It feels like Oda was trying to redo and make it feel a little bit more palatable of how Big Mom fell. Like, who knows? Maybe Oda planned on having Big Mom fall all those chapters ago when Kid hit her with a big attack and the big metal and all that jazz. Maybe he didn't like the outcome. Maybe he didn't care for the fan reaction. He was like, no, we're going to do this again. Shane fall that time. We're going to do this one more time, and this time we're going to do it right, because this feels way more epic. Kid showing up with the electromagnetic cannon gun and blasts her, and Law's like, yo, your era is over. And that, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. This shit was really, really epic, dog. Really, really loved it. And I think that this is probably a better way, not probably, definitely a better way for Big Mom to go out if she is completely donezo than what happened last time. I mean, we've seen already that she healed herself, just right now with healing her bones and shit like that and her ribs and whatnot. So she could very well still get up, but at that point it's going to get annoying. Like, this looked awesome. You stabbed her through the freaking sky, all sorts of shit. Stay down. But I'm curious what you guys think. Team Law, Team Kid, who did it? Who's the MVP? What do you think of this battle? Am I overselling it in terms of, am I too hype for this fight? Maybe it's not as hype as I feel personally. Maybe you don't feel that way. And your overall thoughts of just what's going down right now. The era of the Yonkou is over. Your thoughts, like, are we going to have new Yonkou? Are they going to start saying, yo, dog, Luffy's the new Yonkou, Kid is new Yonkou, Law's new Yonkou, like these are the new Yonkou now? Or is those titles just going to be dead after the defeat of Big Mom and Kaido? And your overall thoughts and expectations for the One Piece manga with chapter 1040 and beyond. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if the community disagrees. I don't care what's going on. I freaking loved this shit. And team, I don't know. I was going to say one, but I don't want to joke around because I kind of really am digging both of them. And Kid does be coming through at the last second, but Law is kind of the instructor of all this. So maybe I got to give it to Team Law. I don't know, but you let me know. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and yo, dog. Big Mom, how's your ribs feeling, huh? How them bones feeling? Oh, by the way, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell as well while you're here. I would appreciate it. Have an awesome one.